Sadly, we are on our last 2 days of our Southern Caribbean cruise after some fantastic port visits, and make sure you've watched those previous videos if you haven't seen them yet. So we have 2 sea days, everyone's super chilled and the ship is sailing at capacity. So what is it like and how do you find some quiet areas? So that's what we're going to cover in today's video, and we're also going to take you to the Oceanview Café for lunch today. So join us as we head out on the road again. Hi, we're James and Rob, and this is our dog Oscar. We love travel in all its forms, so join us on our next adventure as we head out on the road again. Good morning, it's Tuesday today, and it's our first of 2 sea days as we head back to Fort Lauderdale. So we've sort of done our usual routine of getting up, having a coffee, then going to the gym. I did 8 laps around the walking track, which is a mile, and James went on the treadmill and then did some weights in the gym and had a shower, and now we are having a coffee and just planning what we're going to do on the day we disembark. So I've just got my rental car a bit earlier so that we're not just hanging around waiting for James's flight at 3, but we're going to look for a shopping mall because James wants some Levi's and some Bose speakers.
Earphones.
Oh, earphones, yeah, not speakers. So yeah, so that's a sort of typical sea day for us. We're now in the, what lounge are we in?
Ensemble Lounge.
The Ensemble Lounge. We just got a takeaway coffee, and it's really packed by Café Albatro, but you just need to walk literally 100 yards, and not even that, yeah, and then you're just in an area where there's no one about. So one of the good things is you can always find a quiet area of the ship if you want to, just by going against the grain a bit. Like, you guarantee, because it's a lovely day, the pool is absolutely packed. You can also guarantee that the Oceanview Café will be packed, but like I say, you don't need to go very far to get away from the madding crowd if that's what you want to do. So we're going to research shopping malls near the airport or near the ports, and we'll get back to you later on with what else we do during the day. So this is what I mean by going up a few yards from here and you go to the quiet area we've been sitting in, or you can be in the busy area right by Café Albatro, where admittedly they have lovely cakes, but okay. So yeah, it's easy to find a quiet area if you just go away from the madding crowd. So this is what the pool deck is like on a sea day. It's beautiful weather. It's baking hot, actually, too hot for us to want to lie out here, but this is what it looks like on a sea day. Not something that James and I really like to do, but I guess it's the end of the good weather for a lot of people before they go back to their cold countries like us, so you can understand them enjoying the great weather. Now don't forget, I told you in a previous video that if you do want to find a quiet area, head over through the gym to the very forward part of the ship, and you will find this decking with some sun loungers, and it seems that nobody ever uses this. So this was on a crowded sea day and there's literally nobody there. Now the only word of caution here is, of course, because you are at the front of the ship, it can also be windy, but it's a great tip if you want a quiet area. And if you walk up to deck 14, is this on the lawn deck, it's suddenly a lot quieter up here. So this is where the hot glass is, and they seem to be permanently playing American football or Australian football on the TV. But it is a really nice area, and of course, as I've talked about before, you can hire these pods out for the day, but they're extremely expensive on a sea day. $400 or $200 or something, I can't remember, I showed you earlier anyway. But this is a bit of a quieter area for sure. And you can do your classes over there if you want to. That must be extremely hot on a day like today. See, the grass is blocked off here because they're trying to regrow it, I guess. So this is taking us to the back of Oceanview Café, I think. Is this Oceanview Café here? Oh, the Sunset Bar. we're going to head down, and again you can find kind of quiet areas if you want to, like here, I've shown you before. It's just a bit too sunny. Yeah, so now this is taking us to the outside part of the Oceanview Café and bar, and the very back of the ship. And these are the sunset verandas, is that what they're called? Yeah. Which I think would be really nice to have one, although supposedly can be quite noisy because you're right over the engines. This is the lunchtime buffet food in the Oceanview Café. So James' favourite part, which is where the salads are, and the Caesar salad station, which I really like. And then today they've got Asian food, Indian food. Pretty heavy for lunchtime, but obviously a lot of people want to eat it. So the grill, so there's grilled beetroot, fish, steak, chicken. Today they've got a Mexican station as well. More salads, desserts. I'm not quite sure what they are. Cream puffs. And lots of different cakes. You can see how crowded it is. Lunchtime's only just opened, but it's already crowded. And then more nice foods like chicken and cheese, salami, breads. You're definitely not going to go hungry in here. And there's pasta salads here. And their panini station, which I really like. So choose your panini and then they'll go and grill it for you. And then there's pizza over there, which isn't bad. They're making a pizza here. And then you can have some soft serve ice cream, or the ice creams from here. And they're all included in the price of your cruise. You don't have to pay extra for them. You do have to pay extra if you want to have the gelato from Cafe El Bacio. Anyway, that's lunchtime food at the Oceanview Café. Okay, so I hope that's given you a sense of what it's like on a sea day. It is really nice having a sea day at the beginning of a cruise and at the end of the cruise, because at the beginning you get a chance to relax and unwind and de-stress before you start going on your port excursions, and at the end of the cruise it's just really nice to chill out before you have to head back to real life and reality. So I hope that's given you a flavour of what sea days are like. I wouldn't be worried if you are sailing on a ship that's capacity. I know that the ship looks busy in this video, but trust me, there are plenty of places that you can go and get away from the madding crowd if you want to. There are plenty of activities that you can indulge in, and of course if you've got a veranda cabin, then you can always go and sit on your balcony and get away from everybody completely. Anyway, so that's the end of today's video. Next week I'm going to be taking you on a full food review. Now, we've shown you lots of the food places that we ate in, some of the specialty restaurants like Tuscan Grill, Murano and Le Petit Chef, but in next week we're going to dig in a little bit deeper to all of the food, including the main dining room and the Oceanview Café and the other places that you can eat at, and we're going to share that with you and tell you what we thought in a really honest, kind of good, bad and the ugly way. So we will see you next week as we head out on the road again.